gently bring you down, down, down.
Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, this is big right now. We've got my man Galo on. We also got man himself, DJ Susan, on here. This is a collaboration unlike any other. My name is Matt Sherman, host of the Sherm in the Booth Cop podcast. We're live from Chicago, Illinois. And every week we've been interviewing artists that are releasing on Hood Politics. It's already been a big week for Galo so far. He just dropped a track yesterday. Fucking fire edit, dude.
Yeah, doing numbers.
Shout out to the boy Ninja Watts for that collab.
Dude,
so good.
What a great track. You're on fire.
That was a fun one to make for sure.
Yeah, momentum's in your favor. You're releasing a track on one of the hottest fucking up and coming labels right now. I don't think they're up and coming anymore. They're established at this point.
Oh yeah.
But it's a pleasure to talk to you, man. DJ Susan's been speaking very highly of you. I know you guys just had a great time on the Hood Politics tour in Florida. I want to hear about it, man. Is this guy allowed back in Florida again? Well,
honestly, I really don't think so. Preacher fans kind of gave me the warning. They were like, "Hey, tour with us was crazy, but you got Susan in 2 weeks, so rest up." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." Not fine. No, we had a great time though. We definitely got to bring all the boys back in like the next couple months.
What cities did you guys go to?
We did doubleheader in Jacksonville Thursday, Friday, Tampa Saturday, Orlando Sunday, and then Gainesville Tuesday. So
Jesus,
proper run.
Are you still hungover, Susan?
I stay hungover, bro. There's no such thing as every day for me.
Aaron Block, cheers.
I'm on the Hood Poli. I'm on the Hood Poli.
Gallo, let's see that warm Modelo, baby. Is that binge watches?
It is. Actually, it is.
Wow, we missed.
Oh, is it? Oh, no, they're nutties. They're nutties.
Yeah, we cleaned out your fridge that one day. There's nothing left.
I kept finding them in the car. I was like, what is this doing in my glove box? Why is this in the back seat? Lucky I'm not getting pulled over. Like, sir, what's going on here?
Dude,
the Hood Poly boys were squirrels. We sequester beers all over the place.
You're squirrel. I like that. Who's a harder partier? Can you say if it's Nutty or Susan?
I'm gonna have to give it to Susan for sure.
Yeah. Do they kind of get each other going though? Like, if
yeah. And it was just they're just feeding off each other.
We all got that friend where like if one person starts leveling up, you're like, all right, like I know where we're going. Doesn't take long to turn up a notch.
The three brain cells. Let them know.
The 3 brain cells. They did not need convincing to continue drinking. I didn't even have time for a hangover. I couldn't even be like wallowing in the morning like, oh, I'm so hungover.
Nope.
It was just like, all right, let's get it going.
On to the next.
Let's go.
Looks great. I'm
So
jealous. Like I said, I'm here in Chicago, and I wish I could use some sunshine. So send some good vibes my way, both of you, all right?
Yeah, dude. Hey, come out to Florida anytime.
I think next time I'm coming. That's for damn sure. I can't miss.
Yeah, you're definitely on the next tour for sure, bro.
Okay.
Oh my god.
With Galo. We'll plan on that.
The Papa Sue set, please.
Amazing, dude. Well, Galo, we're really excited to talk to you today, man. One of my biggest things is just trying to give producers like yourself the opportunity to share your story, talk about your production styles, talk about your successes, your failures. It's always best to start at the beginning, man. Let's talk about where you're from and when music came into your life. Give us the fucking spark notes.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Connecticut originally, and
Northeasterner, eh? And then you're in Florida.
I'm used to the cold, so it's been a nice little getaway the last 5 years. But I moved to Tampa. I went to USF.
Okay.
I was running track there for a little, and just like ended up, ditching that and joining a fraternity. And I found music kind of just through like the local like Greek life, just doing DJing there and at the bars and stuff.
Yep. And
I've played music all my life. So I picked up the guitar when I was 13, saxophone when I was 8, drums, piano, bass, that whole shit. And I just started DJing like my sophomore year because a buddy of mine had a board. And I had another friend that had an event company, and he was like, hey man, if you like want to actually play at some of the bars, let me know. And we got it done. And I was actually a little like DJing with a buddy. It was a duo. And then, we kind of went separate ways, and I started producing like my senior year. So
when did you start DJing in college then?
My sophomore year. So that was like 2015, 2016.
So you were DJing before you're producing, though, for sure.
Before I was producing, yeah. So I mean, like I had, I'd been like playing music, obviously, and writing here and there, but I'd never had Ableton, FL, Pro Tools, nothing. I never really recorded anything. But I got Ableton probably like my senior year around graduation, and that was kind of when it all started. So not too long ago.
Dude, I had the same experience at IU. I went to a fucking Big Ten school, loved partying. That was such a special time in electronic music where that was what they would play at the parties.
Yeah.
You know, all these mashups of rap and EDM, and you were just like, all right, I'm going to fucking DJ because I want to be in control of this energy.
Exactly, yeah. It goes from like doing the Spotify playlists and like SoundClouds at the frat parties to like, damn, this is fun. How do I get that next level? How do I chase this high?
That's right, man. I love that. So and it sounds like you had a lot of success, at least at, we'll call it the collegiate level, and you wanted to go pro right before you fucking graduated. Yeah. Did you have any mentors when you started producing? I mean, I know Florida's got a pretty good electronic scene, but I don't know about like the younger age.
It does, and ironically enough, it was actually one of the older fraternity brothers who was like really low key about, his production and how talented he is in music.
Yeah.
And we ended up linking up. He was like 3 or 4 years older than me, and I would literally just drive to his house at like 9 o'clock at night. We'd start a studio session. I'd get back home at like 6, 7 a.m. and just watch him. And he was doing like big room, and then we started making like future bass and like all this, So that's how it started. And that was only the only mentor I had, and a couple of YouTube videos here and there. But yeah, a lot of it has been just like self-taught, and now collaborating with these guys like the demon on my couch over here, Vinny.
Oh man, we gotta get him in the booth or on one of these because he's
absolutely
a fucking party animal. But that's awesome, man. I want to ask you real quick. You said you played saxophone. You picked up the guitar in 8th grade. Taught yourself piano, drums, and bass.
Yeah.
Did you ever think at that point you would be a music producer? And when you're now at this point, are you like, thank God I did some of those things?
Yeah, it's weird actually. Like growing up, it was in high school, and I wanted to go to Berkeley. And my parents are like real traditional, like doctor and nurse, and they're kind of like steering me like, oh, music's not really the path. And I was like, all right, fair enough. Yeah. Like I'll get a degree in like psychology is what I ended up doing. Mm-hmm. But I kind of gave up on music for a bit and then picked it back up. But even then, it wasn't like I was gonna produce electronic music. I was gonna produce house music or anything. It's like my roots are all in metal and rock. So I was playing a lot of that music, and it was really just college and exactly.
Yeah.
It was really just college and that scene, in Tampa, there was a lot of electronic music. The Ritz is one of the biggest venues in the US. So going to shows there and just getting exposed to this whole new world and wanting to, make that. Cause I already had, the affinity for music. It just kind of like changed paths. But yeah, thank God I picked it back up. Thank God I started DJing, and then grew the interest into like, hey, I'm gonna make my own music so I can see the crowd react how like this guy's song made them react.
Absolutely.
Bangers.
Yeah.
Only, man. And I love to hear you say that because traditionally, producers, at least our age, us three here, right? You don't get a lot of guys that played instruments, have music theory knowledge.
Right.
And I can tell, man, in your productions, you do have an understanding of crescendos, of buildups, of breakdowns, of what's in key, what's not in key. I just wanted to acknowledge you for that, man, because
thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I'm fucking trying to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. It doesn't. But
it definitely gave me a leg up. I think I'm still learning a lot every day, and there's a lot of things in Ableton that it's its own language. The software itself is just like so in depth, but the musicality part of it, I think I have a decent, base on that, and it just keeps building and building, and that's the goal, learn something new every day.
Absolutely. DJ Susan, I saw you guys were making a song together. How's this guy in the studio? I know he's getting into the game, but does he know what he's doing?
Galo's the champion, man. He plays 6 instruments. I play the fucking USB, bro. There's no comparison. Nah, me and Galo, I mean, in true tour and Hood Poli fashion, me and Galo to hop in the studio, whip something up. I'm downstairs grabbing my like grabbing a beer, and I hear this bass line. I was like, "Woof! What track is that?" He was like, "This is a new one. I just started. You want to finish it?" And I was like, "Done." Put me up, and we just clicked. We just clicked and vibe back and forth like 4 hours, just laughing, having so much fun, and just I don't know. The best music comes from when you're having the most fun. It's the energy in the session that just takes it to the next level. And being with Galo for the first time, us both being fans of each other, celebrating the Hood Poli was only necessary to come in and cook up a fucking banger. We cooked up a banger. I looked Galo in his eye. I said, "What's the dream label?" He said, "Hood Poli." I said, "That's already taken care of, baby." What's the next? He said, "What's the next dream label?" He said, "Dude, night service only would be fire." I said, "Boom, hit up Sid, lock, baby." So you can expect to see that shit coming out very soon.
Yeah, he loved it. Stoked.
He loved it, bro. Yeah, he goes, "Yeah, bro, I played this back like a couple times on the on your story. I loved it." Done. And I was like, "There we go, baby." It's a banger though. We can't wait to get it out.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah.
So wait, real quick, Galo, your dream label was Hood Politics. Here you are now, bro, rocking the Hood Politics tee.
Yeah, dude, it's official. I got united.
How's that?
Galo's
When did you first discover Hood Politics?
I want to say like probably a year and a half ago. I can't remember exactly what the track is, but I know the genre, the particular sound, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And that was what I was like really catering to. And honestly, what I still make is just like, you know, high energy, fucking 1 a.m. peak hour.
Bang, bang, yeah. Peak hour bang bangs only. Get the fuck out if you're not into it.
Exactly.
I love
Get it out, baby.
Get it out. And dude, like I said, it was really cool running through all your music today. You know, I'm a fucking investigative journalist, so I did my due diligence on your SoundCloud as well. Real quick, I don't know if Spotify got this wrong, but did you release something in 2010?
No. Yeah, so actually we just had this issue with the distributor. I just started releasing. I released music just a year ago. But there's a guy, I guess the other person in the world named Galo, other than my dad, was releasing music back in 2010. So I'm trying to.
Oh, this kid, 15 years old, was like releasing some like ambient house. It was sick, bro.
Wow, 2010, baby.
Yeah, big mix up.
Get it right.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
Wow, the Veil EP. Damn, Galo, you snapped on that, bro. 10-year break. So tell me about the 10-year break between the Veil EP with a strong start into the All I Want EP 2020. That's tell me about that.
Oh man, what a
10
time!
years.
So funny. Yeah.
10-year hiatus.
You'll take the plays. I'll take the monthly listeners, right? Fuck it.
Yeah, right. That's longer than Daft Punk's hiatus.
There you go.
No retirement on my end coming in sight, though.
We're so glad he made a comeback, man. Wow, we're just talking to a fucking legend, right?
Yeah, he put one out. He's like, "I'm done. I'm gonna wait for the game to catch up."
And when the world needed him most, he vanished.
He came back.
Yes.
Oh my god, but he's back. He's back stronger than ever, baby.
Vengeance.
Okay, so tell me, I'm gonna start with your remixes here. You've had a lot of variety with them, and the reason I want to talk about some of these in particular is because I think there are some foundational elements to your music production that I noticed in some of your early remixes that I even hear now on your most recent Hood Politics release.
Yeah, definitely brought some back, yeah.
For sure. Dude, I told you I'm an investigative journalist. But Candy Shop, classic 50 song. Was this your first release, first remix?
That was, I think, my legitimate first release, yeah.
Amazing, dude. You put a G House spin on a 50 Cent classic, and it's an interesting production because you go in and out of G House and Tech House, but you really fuse them together. I noticed some pad you had that had a lot of low end on it, which was very Tech House of you, but the first 16 bars of both drops are fucking like...
Right. Yeah. That classic, just like donk right in your face.
I love it, dude. I love it. That's that 2019 shit, right? Was this late 2019? Yeah.
Early, I believe. Yeah, but
why'd you decide on this to be the first one?
Yeah, late 2019. What was that?
Why'd you decide on this to be the first release?
Because I had only written 3 other songs at that point.
Yeah, good answer.
And that was the best one.
Yep. It's good though, man. How long were you producing like finished tracks in your eyes that were ready to be released before you released that one?
Probably like 8 months to a year.
Okay.
Where I was just like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
And then it was like this is hot garbage.
Yeah.
And now, you know, getting to the point where like I'm satisfied. Well, I can't say I'm satisfied, but it's, you know, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Honing it, you know, dialing it in.
It's a big moment, man. It's really a moment where you got to kind of take that step. And I had a great conversation with Susan about this when I had him on my podcast. As a producer, right? Like we hear something a lot differently when it's in our studio and in our headphones and send to our friends. And all of a sudden it sounds so much fucking different when it's out to the world, right? And you always want to go back and change something. It's all about taking that first step, right? Just get it out.
There's just like an aspect of like vulnerability. And for a while, you know, that's how I was growing up with like me playing guitar and stuff like that. Like even my closest friends had no idea. And, you know, I would just sit for hours and practice. And then, you know, they'd like come over and they're like, oh, I didn't even know you played guitar. Like play something. And I would, and they'd be like, what the fuck? Well, yeah, releasing music was like that for a while too. Cause I was like, man, this is like weird. I feel like, you know, granted, maybe not all eyes are on me, but at least in my inner circle of peers, people are like, oh, look at Galo, look what he's trying to do. Like he's making music and trying to be a DJ. Ha, that's funny.
Yep.
And then it's like you get to a point where you're almost a little bit legitimizing yourself, and suddenly it's like, oh, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah. There's a lot more haters and lovers along the way, bro. I think you probably
absolutely
that already. DJ Susan knows about that. Susie, how long did you release, or how long did you produce music before you released your first track? Do you remember?
Dude, right off the bat, bro.
No fear.
No fear, dude. I got my machine, and the same day I put out easily my biggest banger yet, bro. I was always right in the case. House music, I don't know. It's like you just have fun with the first, and then I think you hit a certain level where you're like, shit, I actually like care, and I actually want to like do this right. You know what I mean? I guess that's a huge turning point in a lot of people's careers, and that's a really big sink or swim moment, because one, you can get really caught up in that and not really shit because of the pressure of it not being fire or someone thinking anything else about it. Yep. And then there's the other people that are like, let's just fucking go. Let's just get it out. And I think I teetered on that scale for a little bit. And then I was just like, dude, I'm just having fun. And then Hood Politics was created, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And dude, I think you both said it in so many great ways. There's a moment where you kind of start to take it seriously. I guess, Galo, right back at you. When you released Candy Shop, were you starting to take this more seriously? Like, I want to make a career out of this. I'm going to keep producing. I'm going to keep DJing. I'm going to keep building this brand. Yeah,
that was at the point where I had just started kind of like peeling back, you know, the corner of like, what is the music industry? How do you succeed in it?
Right.
What are the guys that I look up to doing right now, and how did they get to be where they are? And it was a lot of trial and error, and kind of just like, hey, at the very least, while I learn, I'm going to just continue making music and try to release fairly often. Modelo delivery.
There we go. All cheers to that, baby.
Cheers.
Modelo delivery. All right. I feel like we're at a Hood Politics pregame remotely right now. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
King of the pregame. Awesome, though, man. Great track. I think you did a great job with the first release. You kept it going, moved that dope. Building on that Candy Shop vibe, you know, we're really starting to get some synths. And I can just tell you're upgrading, you know, your bass line and side chaining. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were certainly perfecting the behind the scenes of music production. And it's a bit snappier too. So I like that track a lot. But Hypnotized, this is where I think you really leveled up, dude. You had that Hood Pop sound. Peak hour energy, like it's fucking New Year's Eve in Berlin, 11:59 p.m. and I'm dropping this shit, bro. Like that one, I was like, all right. He started to figure it out, and I think some of the originals were kind of sprinkled in there. But like I said, I want to talk about the remixes first.
Right?
Did you kind of feel like when you were making that track, like I'm getting better? This is my sound, or what was the story behind Hypnotized?
Hypnotized kind of just, I don't know. I really am keen on our old R&B and like classics. And for me, it's like you give me a vocal and I almost know exactly what I'm going to write. And so that bass line kind of just came to me and I filled the space around it.
Yep.
And at that point, I was just trying new tricks and tips that I'd been getting. I joined the country club disco community, and
love that.
A lot of those guys were giving, you know, feedback. I was talking to Brian Jones, and kind of getting ideas back and forth. And he's like, okay, well, this is how you should do this. Check out this tutorial. And yeah, just kind of continuing to really just work at it and plug away and refine the process. And then, as you know, I sent that to Clem Lee and he really liked it. And he was like, hey, what do we do artist spotlight and just do this remix? The only thing that I don't like about that is the arrangement for me now is way too short. So playing it out and having other people play it is like, wow, this is like 8 bars in and you're already in.
That's
but it's just one of those, right. It's like one of those things you start to learn like, okay, if I want actual DJs playing this live, I got to have a friendly intro.
Yep, I understand.
So I do have an actual updated version that I did like 2 months ago or a month ago, and it sounds even better. I put like the acapella intro and then the drums come in. So much
Ooh,
better.
send us that.
Yeah.
Is that track really under 3 minutes, or is it just a radio? Is that just an edit?
No, it was legitimately made. 48. Like, who the fuck is this dude trying to do tech house right now, making a two?
Bro, that's the new drip. Put out like a banger that's like 2 minutes. Is this the edit? Start to finish, we're wasting no time. One build, one drop.
Dude, that's what I'm about. You know, Real House, as they say, they like the 8-minute track, but like, give me the 3 to 4. I'm cool with that.
That's it. In and out.
We're going 2.
Unpopular
Quick hits.
We're going 2, baby.
Unpopular.
4 bar intro.
Does well streaming. People's fucking attention span.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. That too.
Great track though, man. Nice work on that. Now I want to talk about Jumpin' with Nolan. Am I saying?
Yes, Nolan.
On Spira. Shout out to the homie Greco.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to Spira, baby.
Shout out to Tom. I guarantee he took this right away, dude. This is such a Spira style, and I know I'll ask DJ Susan after I ask this question, but I know a lot of Hood Politics has been inspired, especially some of these edits and remixes by Spira. And a lot of people who have released on Hood Politics have also released on Spira. So when I saw that, I was like, boom, like it's a perfect fucking match. But I want to ask about that one because it's really got that bounce. Like you're starting to really kind of get your groove. You know what I mean? Like Hypnotized was like great tech house, like nice pretty baseline, right? Driving. But you kind of have this style of tech house that's a little bit more like versus left to right, how I want to move. I kind of want to go up and down with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. When you mentioned about the candy shop, it was funny that you said that I managed to mix like G house and tech house. And that was what I was getting for a while. It was like, oh, you make kind of this like G tech genre. And like,
G-tech.
I'm still unsure of what the hell I'm doing in terms of like, is it G house? Is it tech house? But that one in particular definitely has that like plucky saw bass line, which I've been really, really keen on. And actually the last free release on Profound, I kind of did the same kind of, just like moving something that's going to make you bop your head. But yeah, that was a super fun track to make with Nolan. That was the first track we made together. And he's been a homie for years and he makes a lot of really good minimal. So he sent me like an initial idea with a bass line and it had that vocal. And I ended up changing the key, changing like, the bass line, the bass patch. And I was like, what do you think of this? He was like, oh, this is hot. I was like, yeah, this has got some bounce.
Dude, well done. Great job. Shout out to Nolan then. That's interesting. Yeah. It's a minimal producer and kind of a G-Tech producer coming together on something like that.
We have an EP coming out on Rossum next month. And we went his route and we went straight mid. Yeah. But it's still really groovy. The A side is like, a super, super funky bass line, but it is on the more minimal side. So, he kind of took some there and I was like, all right, let's make a tech house song. And now he's like, all right, let's make a minimal track.
Give and take.
I can confirm the Rossum EP is Stupid Flames.
Yeah,
man.
I'm hyped for that one. That one's going to be so hot.
Great label. Great fucking label. Yeah. Now, last but certainly not least, and most recently, like I mentioned in the beginning, this Calabria remix with Binge. Bro, I listened to that when it came out, and I literally was like, oh, shit, man.
The game is changing. It's a slow progression, but we're making it happen.
Oh,
that's one of the sickest Calabria remixes. One of the sickest Calabria remixes I've heard.
I think so, too. Not to be biased, but...
in the horns, it sounds better than the original, bro.
That is actually me on the saxophone.
No
How the fuck did Binge
shit.
do that?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you and Binge do that?
So actually, it's funny that Binge and I hadn't even met yet. We were like introduced by Vinny, and I just sent him demos, and he was like, "Bro, this is like the only good demos that I received. Holy shit!" And we ended up just like keeping up with each other, whatever. And then he was like, "Wait, I didn't know you played saxophone. We should like remix a track." And I was like, "Okay, like send me what you have." He's like, "No one's really done Calabria well," and I was like, "Oh, I can learn that in a second."
It's been a while since
But-
that happened.
Yeah, right. So I looked at the sheet music and I learned it on the alto sax. I sent it to him, and we were basing it off the 2007 remix, and that was in a different key. And he was like, "Hey, you're out of tune." I go, "There's no way I'm out of tune. Like I know I tuned it even with my piano." And
I'm
he
a
goes,
saxophonist, bitch. Yeah.
"Yeah," and he was like, "No, listen." And I was like, "Oh shit." He goes, "It's okay though. I tuned you down." And then I realized you need a tenor saxophone to play that key. And I was like, I don't even own a tenor. But like the beauty of Ableton, like I recorded it. It was in tune, just the wrong key. We pitched it down a semitone, and there it was.
Wow.
That's how the track came together.
Some authenticity into
It was,
the
yeah.
synthetics, bro. I love that shit.
Russian technology, baby.
Russian
Russian technology.
Bro, Galo, you got a lamp near you because you turned into a floating head.
Yeah. You know what? I was just thinking, I was like, how do I say that?
Look at the background. Gallo's just two eyes talking to us.
You'll learn.
I'm going down, dude.
I was kind of doing it to fuck with you. I was like, he's turning into a floating head. I'm going to let him finish, bro. Great chat, though, man. Shout out to you watch as well. So the first time you met him was on this Florida tour?
It was actually, yeah. First time I met him was when I picked him up at the airport. Felt like I'd known him for years, though. Like all of us, really. Susie, Vinny, the same thing. Nutty, Peyton, the whole fam.
We all
the Poli fam, bro. We roll deep.
It's true, man. We all share this understanding of like we're all in this together. We're all trying to do the same thing, and you kind of just skip the bullshit with people like that. You know what I mean?
No competition, only collaboration, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Collaboration. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we're here with you right now, bro. Bringing forces
Yes.
together.
I'm really happy you guys to be on.
Sure. What's it for, baby? What's it for?
What do you mean? What's it for?
The culture.
The culture.
What type of culture?
Come on, you put that my back on that, bro.
People don't. You can't ask me questions. I only ask questions. You can't ask me questions.
all right, we'll cut that one out.
This is interrogation.
For the culture.
For the culture. I love it, though. All right, let's talk original music because it's not to be forgotten, man. And it's interesting because you mentioned a few different ways that you actually start your process. So I guess before I even talk about some of your specific tracks, when it comes to making originals and it comes to making remixes, what's your process like in the studio to get things going?
Honestly, it's been changing a lot, especially as of recently. I've been just getting grooves down and like getting a fire pumping drum, like loop going, and then writing a bass line around it, and then getting a synth in there, and the bread and butter is the vocal. So whether I've been leaning more to recording my own or finding a dope sample. But honestly, like if I had to choose, I would have an endless supply of acapellas and originals and top lines sent to me, and I would just build around them, or I would record them myself and then build around it, which I actually recently just did and worked out well. But before, I think it was like I would just try to write a bass line, or I would have some particular sound in my head, and I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do with this.
Yeah.
Right now, it's been a little more, I don't know, there's more of like a process that I've been taking that's been working really well for me.
I love that. So it kind of sounds like you start at like the nucleus, the core of your track, and then you build out from there.
Yeah. Right now, that's been the route I'm taking, is like, I'll start literally just 8/16 bars, drums, put it where like the drop's going to be, and then write a build, and then do the intro, and try to just see what I can do that's interesting to fill the space, give good transitions, good variation.
That's good advice for any up-and-comer producers out there, just producers in general. I do the same thing. If I'm feeling uninspired, but you just fuck around with sounds until something sounds good for realistically.
Yeah, people underestimate how much time I sit in Serum or like and just click preset. All right, let's see what this sounds like if my bass line's in it. Let's see what this sounds like with this chain on it. And then
How could anybody?
Only producers.
30 minutes scrolling to the claps category.
Oh my god! See, now I have a folder of like claps I've used that have been well received.
And if you can't find inspiration, I just fucking reverse that sound and see if that sounds better. Sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Happy accidents, honestly. The track Vinny and I just made, I did something by accident. We had an initial idea. I ended up squishing notes together and I fucked something up and I was like, wait, that could work.
Yeah.
And it did.
The best.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing about music production is that seems to be the most common theme is a happy accident. Except we all work so hard to make it great, but we never know when an accident's going to happen. So it's just a matter of time. That's kind of the backwards part of production, but
yeah, the best part.
I'm excited.
Forcing it never works.
That's right. All right, let's talk Galo original music, bro. We're going to start with All I Want. Come on, bro. G house, Bay house, bass house. I mean, it's a little bit of everything here. It's a fucking face melter, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yes, baby.
Someone was saying that was like if Mala met Rez, and I was like, okay, I can live with that. I can live with that comparison.
For sure. I was this your first original you released?
Yeah, that was the first original I released.
So same question as Candy Shop. How did you decide on this being your first original?
Well, see, the catalog wasn't as extensive then, and it was I had a couple choices. It was release another remix or like really start making that next step and like, hey, this is an original song. And, you know, it's still a Biggie sample, but a lot of the elements in there were, I don't know, very different to what I was doing at the time. Yeah. And honestly, I don't even really have much that I've made like that anymore. And I need to start delving back into that again because, like, the heavy hitting, like, bass house stuff is really fun to make. That was some fun sound designing days.
For sure. I mean, that's why I really brought it up because it's interesting in this track. I mentioned your just musical abilities from a raw perspective. In the breaks and builds, there's a lot of style in this track that you still use in your productions. Like, although it is a hard track, it does showcase a lot of music theory in this one, bro. Like, it's a good kicking off original. Give yourself some fucking pillars of the Galo sound, and is great. But it leads me into this one, dude. Your Obsessed EP on Gangsta House. First off, congrats on Gangsta House Records because it's a great fucking record label. I have Chicago boys that I know that have released on.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it was fun, and it was cool that they were from Finland, and I was like, whoa, young boy from Tampa going overseas really quick.
Dude, house music is global, bro. There's proof right there.
Absolutely.
Now, this was fucking next level, dude. I mean, I hadn't heard these tracks until today. And
oh, really?
No, my face melted. Like, it was,
yes.
First off, it's an EP, right? So if you think about A and B sides to EPs, right, you're trying to make them a little different. And these were different, but they were the same. It was really, really, really fucking cool how you went about, I don't know how else to put it, like the choreography of these tracks. And we really hear you take your sound design to the next level. I mean, dude, the second track, what's it called?
I think Baby was the B-side on
Baby.
that.
Yeah, Baby. The second build there is like Hans Zimmer took fucking Molly and went to his DJ Susan concert and got inspired. Like,
yeah, a lot
quote that right now. That's getting quoted.
Clip it.
We're putting that one on the clip.
I don't know. I was in this weird state where I was just like, so I also listen to a lot of bass music, and I don't as much anymore. Although the more experimental side really interests me right now.
Yeah.
Than like the heavy dubstep, but that sound like that bass and kind of like bit reduced, you know, sign there was that lead. That's how that came about. So I was listening to a lot of bass music, and I was like, well, what if I just make a house track with this? Yeah. And then the cinematic elements just kind of like, I don't know, the toms and everything and strings, it just kind of felt right. And I don't know. That one also came out, and just, I opened up Ableton. I was like, whatever comes to me is coming to me without a specific idea in mind.
Yeah, you're the classic guy who doesn't know how talented they are, bro. You're like fucking skunk.
Oh my god, for sure.
Unbelievable, man. Seriously, like, great job. That is not just an ordinary production. And the drops were really, really cool too. It was like almost like, I don't know, you had a little rhythm vibe in there, except your percussion really kept the pace. So yeah. I really like those tracks. And
thank you, man.
You showcase your ability that you're not just like a tech house producer or a G-tech producer. I like that, by the
way. Yeah, I guess that's the genre I'm making now. Fuck it.
It's okay.
Put it on Beatport. G-tech.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beatport will put it on there. Fucking God. Don't get me started on that. Love it, though, man. And you went outside the box, too. So that was really, really cool. And I respect that as someone who basically gets the question all the time. If I make this type of music, should I continue to make this because it fits my brand or my fans want this? I say, fuck that shit. Whatever you want to make, release it, keep going, keep growing.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I've had conversations with people that are like, hey, like, you know, I like your sound, but it seems to be very varied. And, you know, maybe just hone in on one. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be pigeonholed. There's way more music that I like to make. And that's just not going to happen.
A homeless guy at the bus stop in Jacksonville? Like, what kind of jackass? I'm just kidding. But that's something that most people expect artists to do. Because that was kind of the formula for a long time. And I think
it's shifting now.
Years. Yeah.
Thankfully it is.
Thankfully, yep. And I'd encourage you to keep doing that, man. I know you are, but I wanted to just show you some love on this EP. It was dope.
Yeah, much appreciated, man.
So Blow the Whistle, another great track, spoken word type tech house. This always does really, really well, but you got to be creative with these vocals.
That was the first track I ever did original vocals on that had been released.
I was gonna ask, was that you? How'd you come up with those lyrics? It's a great track.
I had the instrumental actually for like close to 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
And I was trying to collab with a girl on it, and I was like, she was giving me ideas and gave me like a top line, and I was like, I'm not really feeling it, and like this process has just been really dragging out. So like, I'm just gonna write something. I remember sitting like on the couch. I was visiting my family in Connecticut, and I was like, all right, there's already whistles in this. Like, I already sampled the Too Short, like, blow the whistle. And I was like, okay, what could I do right here? And I was like, okay, sexual. That'll work. Blow my whistle.
At your parents' house, bro? Some old memories coming back then? First
high school? Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just like, it was before. So now at this point, I have a whole notes of like hooks and ideas and like inspiration. But at that point, it was like I really sat there and was like actively trying. I was like, okay, like I'm not a rapper. I don't write poems. I don't write lyrics. What the hell can I do that's going to be engaging, that I can record, that isn't going to require me to sing or something?
Yep.
And I don't know, it kind of just came together organically too. And what are the lyrics? It's like something about taking a girl home from the strip club. Oh, it's because my friend, that was the inspiration. I ended up at a strip club for the first time. And like 2 years ago, and we were there till 5 a.m. We ended up getting McDonald's after, like walked across like a fucking 4-lane highway. And my friend was like, man, I'm that stripper. I can't believe it. Like, she said no to giving me her number. I just wanted to take her out to breakfast. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Modern day love story. We've all had those.
She liked me, bro. She liked me.
I fell in love with the strip club.
How Connecticut of you guys? Very Connecticut. That's a great.
Yeah, now I'm remembering that is kind of the theme that it took, because it was like around that time.
A cautionary tale, maybe.
A cautionary tale, right?
Galo, you should reach out and be like, I made this for you.
Who knows?
She's like, you're like, I mean, if you want to reward me with like a lap dance, maybe.
Who knows what Mercedes is?
Maybe you want to give me another chance, like, breakfast on me.
Dude, we should open a tech house strip club in Florida. I feel like that could be.
You really should, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be so fun. It would be so fun.
So fun.
I think there'd probably be like a ton of guys. It'd be like fucking 150, 200 guys there and like the 7 strippers. But
Nah, the girl,
All
the
just
girls
like
would be hella mad. The girls would be hella mad. We would just be there for each other. They'd be like, "Hey," we're like, "Shut up, Galo's on."
Yeah.
Shut up.
But you know my boys on right now?
Fucking
No, I don't want to
system. Oh yeah, dude. You
lap
dirty.
lap dance at a time like this. No, go away.
That's how tour was. It was like, girls, no, we're with the boys.
We're the boys.
We just like to say we're going to the strip club, but not actually like talk to the girls. It's kind of
Yeah. I'm too shy anyway.
All right, so on every podcast, we've had something to look forward to. We're all going to Germany to see Dennis and the Coons and Clatch boys.
Yeah.
We're opening Hood Poly Tech House Strip Club, baby. Tech House brunch at the strip club.
Hood Poly.
Buffet, breakfast buffet, waffles, eggs, whatever you need. The boys. It's about the boys. This Sunday, it's about the boys.
Dude, multiple streams of
Tech House
revenue.
brunch.
That's what it's all about. Multiple streams of revenue.
Yes.
Done.
All right, cool. Next
This is history in the making, man.
Love it, man. Now, Galo, these 2 tracks I think are so fucking dope. Like This and Whack. You really harness your energy, man. I don't know if you're getting some demons out of your system with these, but these released in 2020, right?
So Whack was, I think, right before or after All I Want. And that was on Night Engine, the first label to take an interest. Shout out, Danny.
There we go.
And that was an interesting one because I sampled an old Vine.
You sampled an old Vine?
And actually, it's funny. Jaws and Subtronics ended up sampling it, or was it Grizz and Jaws? I don't know. They just ended up sampling that same Vine, and I was like, "That's hilarious."
Oh, Grizztronics?
No. You know, it's like his hair whack, his
Oh,
jewelry.
yeah.
Me, I'm tight as fuck.
Yes.
Little skateboarding video.
Right.
Yeah. So
Wait.
I sampled that.
Galo, did you send a Hood Politics that a while ago?
No, I don't think so.
Someone sent something like that.
Really?
I thought it would have maybe been you. It would have been great.
Yeah, so that was an interesting track for sure. I don't know really where I was going with it. I put just like a bunch of like weird noises at the end of like every 8 measures or 4 measures, and just had this like that walking bass line.
Walking bass line. Damn.
Yeah, like I don't know, every 16th note just kind of walking.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know if I've heard that before. That was good. That's really good. Walking bass line. Fucking strutting, dude. That's what you're doing. You're strutting.
Yeah.
Great tracks. I wanted to bring those up because there's energy in these tracks, dude. You know what I mean? Like you had Only You, which is your most recent release outside of the remix.
Yeah.
And it's a great remake of a classic because this one, you brought back your bounce vibe, man. You're up and down, head bobber. That's what it is. You're a G-Tech head bobbing producer.
That's going in my bio.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Actually, that is my bio. That's it.
That is your bio. Yep. Your fucking your Bumble bio, your Hinge bio, your Instagram bio, whatever the fuck it is. If you can't dig it, get the fuck out.
Yeah, 100%. That's the vibe.
Great job on those tracks, man. Great job.
Sit the fuck down.
And I mean, it brings us to where we're at now, man. You're at this point, in my eyes, from this chair in Chicago, Illinois, Wednesday, February 24th, 5:49 p.m. You're about to have the biggest fucking release of your life coming out of Hood Politics, man.
I absolutely think so too. You know, I get to be on a label I've been wanting to get on with, people that are family now, and songs that I think really showcase where I'm at right now with, Bad Reputation having that kind of driving percussive bass line and turn me on having like a pretty traditional tech house kind of 1 a.m. belter. So yeah, I'm excited.
It's so sick. Dude, I'm so happy to have you on Hood Poly, bro. And what a perfect time to get you on as well, right after both tours.
Seriously, yeah, it's like things couldn't be lining up any better right now. I think you got to strike while the iron is hot, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to do. Just level up every month, every day.
It's great. Susie, when you first heard these tracks, was it an immediate ... legend? Give me it. What was the reaction for you?
It's been legend. Give me that for a minute. It's funny how it all worked out because our release schedule is so, dude. I don't know. It's a blessing and a curse because the demos we get now in the inbox, I'm like, oh my fucking god, they're so good. They're so good. Like I literally can't pass up on them. Good, and it's cool to see the like affiliate labels of the artists who are sending us tunes and their management and stuff.
Yep.
Like it's going to us, Sola Toco, and like Sola or some shit. And it's like, damn, like we're categorized in that same like echelon, you know?
Yep.
And I think the release schedule is like packed out until like maybe end of July right now. Like it's heavy. Like we got so much music coming out, and we linked up with Galo for the tour, and I was like, dude, this is sick. Like let's get this going. But also, how can we kind of keep this momentum going into like something special where we can come together and collab and get you on the label and shit. And Vanilla Ace has a EP coming out with us in next Friday, but it was originally supposed to be this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But he had some exclusivity with I think like a Solo Toco release or something.
Yeah.
Around that time, so he had to move dates. So I moved some things around and had the 26th open up. And Gallo had literally just sent me some tracks. He sent me like 6 tracks, and I was like, all right, let's see what's good. Like, let me go through these. Dude, every one was a fucking banger. And I was just like, oh my God, this was literally the stars of the line. This couldn't have worked out any better. Literally, to come out right after tour, right after the Hood Poli boys come through and just spread the freaking love train on Florida. And we can just all be together and just come together. It's so sick. So that literally was divine timing, and it just came together so perfectly. I signed Bad Reputation and turned me on, and I was like, dude, done and done, signed, still delivered, got everything all good to go, sent on the art like 2 weeks ago, right before we came on tour. And it's just like, I couldn't imagine a better opportunity to A, get Gallo on board in the first place, and B, to especially and then especially after us coming together as family now, it means so much, and it's just so special, you know. And that's like what we aim for, is this, like we want everybody to come into the label as family and know that they're going to be gassed up 24/7, know that they have three cheerleaders at least at all times rooting for them no matter what.
I'm a cheerleader.
Man.
According to Nutty, I'm a Hood Poli celebrity, so I think that definitely guarantees.
You are. You're the one. But I mean, we're not lucky enough to be able to actually physically connect with our artists too frequently. So having Gallo in our lives and just meeting him and connecting with him on the tour and having him see the Hood Poli energy, which he fucking saw the Hood Poli.
Day in and day out, bro. Never stop.
And then now, like we've decompressed a week, and now it's his debut EP on the label, and I'm so fucking happy for him. And it's gonna do fucking numbers because the community we have and the community that he has, like, we love each other, and we want to see we're the same people. We want to see each other do well. We want to support each other, and that's a legacy that we leave behind with Hood Poli, and I guess just with ourselves. It's just like, dude, we all win together. Like there's enough room for everybody to win. It's not your success, anyone's success isn't taken away from ours. We want to gas our artists up, our friends up, people that we love so much, because their success is, if not equally or more important to us than our own, So Gallo, we're so fucking hyped to have you, bro. Got the Poli sweater on.
I'm so happy to be here.
Tracks are so good. Everything's looking solid, and judging by the edit you guys just put out, like, there's a lot of love behind this, bro. There's a lot of people talking.
Oh yeah.
The Hood Poli, the spotlight in Florida is on Hood Poli, and it's your time to step up to the plate and show them what the fuck is good, baby.
Absolutely.
Big.
So hype, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell you from just kind of outside perspective too. I just released episode 149 of my podcast today, so I've done a fuck ton of interviews and a fuck ton of research and listened to a fuck ton of music. And when I did my thing with your stuff over the past couple of days, you got a really, really good foundation to build up on, man. Like, you're young in the game. Everything you've released is high quality. You're building upon even the lowest quality you've released. And you've just got this, like, you've got this thing that's not it. Because I feel like it's not it anymore. Because you got to put the fucking time in, man. Like, some people born with this shit. But if you want to be a DJ producer in the tech house world, you got to work your ass off.
For sure.
And I see you doing that. And I hear it in this EP, man. And I mean, Susie said it, bro. Like, it's going to do numbers. And it's
Thank
really
you.
cool what you did with the A and B side here, dude. Bad Reputation is not the same track as Turn Me On.
No, and that was one of the things where I was like almost a little nervous about. And then I thought about it and I was like, nah, it's a showcase. You know, the first one is like super, super percussive, upbeat, and like that's an original. Well, the lyrics aren't original, but the vocal is me.
Is it?
I switched up some. Yeah, man, that's like a Thin Lizzy song or Thin Izzy song.
Is
the guys who did the boys.
No, it's not.
Insider
no, it's not.
Secrets. Insider Secrets.
Oh my god! Yes, fill us in with the insider secrets, bro.
That's why we do this.
But yeah, I don't know.
That is so funny.
I still listen to a lot of 70s, 80s music, and they're obviously legendary. They're the guys who did The Boys Are Back in Town. But if you remember from Guitar Hero 2, there was a song called Bad Reputation.
Dude, holy shit, you just unlocked a memory for me right there. Oh my god.
A core memory.
You're absolutely
You played
kidding
real
me
instruments
right
and you
now.
were a Guitar Hero guy? Dude, wow.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. How do you think I got the dexterity for the fingers?
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my
What was it,
God.
Dragonfire on Expert? Yeah.
Dude,
Dragon Force.
I got at 97%.
Dragon Force, yes.
on that. I got to pick that back up and do like a live video of me playing that song. It was sad.
That'd be the best party ever. I always play that at arcades. I'm just playing guitar
Uh-huh.
myself.
That's literally me. But yeah,
Yo,
so, you know,
hold up. I gotta say one thing real quick. Piggybacking off Gallo's got the foundation. We got a dude making nasty peak hour bang bangs, self-recording Thin Lizzy lyrics in a tech house track. Are you absolutely kidding me? Gallo, take the fucking Nobel Peace Prize, bro. You've done it. You've done it. Talk about genre blending. Oh my god.
That's what I'm all about. My music
When's
taste
the boys
is
back
so-
in? When's
Boys
the boys are back in town remix coming down?
Now the boys will legitimately be back in town probably late March.
Oh god.
You're a legend.
Let's
bro.
make it then.
So tell us about kind of when you were making these tracks, why you chose these two, showcase. We want to hear, man.
Well, Turn Me On came, I think, probably like 6 to 8 months ago when I initially sent some demos to Hood Poli. And that was, like I said, a track specifically made. And I was like, I think this would fit their label really well. And Bad Reputation, I literally just wrote, I think, a month and a half ago, like right before the Binge Watch and Freak On tour. And that was actually a track that I wrote. I recorded the vocals first, and then I pitched them down, and I was like, I want to try something new in how I'm writing.
Yeah.
And the bass line kind of just came after that, and I was like, okay. And then I just, fucked around with the weird sound designs, like that synth on the second drop on the one was just like me and Sherm like nerding out for like an hour and a half, just like, okay, all right, let's move this thing here, we'll move that there. And yeah, I don't know. It was nice to see that that's what Susie picked as the two of like the 6 that I sent him, because they were very different and they were both kind of written at different times. And yeah, it's just cool, to see. I think Bad Reputation's a pretty different track.
Definitely. Now, you said you made Turn Me On 6 to 8 months ago, bro, and Bad Reputation a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
I mean, Susan kind of said it, but you must be fucking double the producer you were then as you are now.
Yeah, workflow is everything. Now that I'm getting kind of the process down, everything that's in my head now is just able to be correlated. And that's not to say that every day is a good day writing. I do get behind the DAW every day, but it's like I just had 2 ideas that I made the last 2 days that I'm like not sold on yet. But even with those, you start the next one, you go back to it a month later. And that's happened to me where, I'm trying to remember what track it was, but I wrote it and 5-6 months later, I opened it up and knew what to do with it. I had a vocal for it, and now it's ready and good to go and polished. But yeah, it's just like the hours that you put in, you gotta go through it. You gotta grind out. Not every track you make is gonna be a banger. Not every track you make is gonna be amazing, but that's not the point,
Love it, man. Good for you. I'm glad to hear you're kind of fine-tuning your process, and props to you for staying motivated and creative in 2020, man. I mean, for a guy who was really coming off kind of like that college energy and was doing your thing and decided to get into the production game. That's kind of the interesting part about the music industry right now is nobody would even doubt you if you quit, right? Like we have so many reasons to quit right now. Even the future is so undetermined. And
it really is.
You're separating yourself though, bro. Because my motto and my theory right now is it's the off season and we're all on the bench. But guess what? There's a fucking coach out there scouting. We don't know who the coach is.
Big Sue.
It is Big Sue. Yeah, he's definitely.
Put me in, coach.
But,
And the Hood Poly team is so strong this year. I'm so excited for
championship bound.
Championship bound, bro. Absolutely.
Championship
bound. Dream team, dude. That's what it is, Sue. Like everybody's out on their own team, releasing on their own labels, but when Hood Politics come together, it's fucking Michael Jordan, it's fucking Magic Johnson, it's Larry Bird.
Everett, Galo, take it away. Take it away off that note that you said, bro. Dude,
no,
that was the foundation of the entire tour, bro.
Yeah.
I know people know about us in Florida and elsewhere and stuff, and it's like, how are we gonna fit into that expectation? We're gonna blow it out of the water.
Yeah.
It's a show. It's like I miss that that fucking speculation and that interest in like these artists and these crews that are just such characters and just come through. You know exactly what you're gonna get, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's nothing but love and energy and just good, wild, true times, bro. It's so funny. I can't wait for you and the rest of everyone watching to see the footage that we got from tour. It's an absolute it's an absolute ride. It's so funny.
No, but it's funny because Susie's really right, and it's like when you're playing, all of your friends kind of want to be behind you, and they want like, oh yeah, I'm behind here, whatever. Yeah. And it's not the case. It was like all of them and all of us were front row for each other's sets. Minus like the occasional trip to the green room to get a shot of tequila, we were right back front and
front row.
So even if you look at pictures, like you'll see Nutty, you'll see Peyton, you'll see Vinny, you'll see Art, and we're all in front.
Dude, I saw Vinny hair always in the crowd like this.
Yeah.
He's hard to miss. He's hard to miss.
6'9". You can't miss him.
Such a beauty.
That's what it's all about, man. Well, if it wasn't already official before, welcome to the Hood Politics family, man. And congratulations to you. This is going to be big. By the time people are
so lucky to have you.
It's going to be out. And it's big things in the works, man. I mean, like I just said, the music that you're releasing now, you made fucking 6 to 8 months ago. I don't know if the world's ready. Florida definitely ain't ready at the very least.
I got a lot on the back burner, man. I'm starting to send music out more, but I'm sitting on like 24 songs. Granted, not all of them are like super high caliber, but it's a numbers game, baby. You got to make 100 tracks, and some are gonna stick.
We got a salesman. You got a day job on your hands, bro. 100 tracks, 10 get responses, 2 get signed, but it might be the 2 fucking tracks of your life, right?
Exactly.
100%.
Love it, man. It's been such a pleasure talking to you, bro. Sue,
yeah, man, thank you so much again for having me.
Absolutely, Big Sue. You got to finish this off, man.
All right, y'all. For y'all watching, this is for the culture. We care about the culture, the artists, the success, the love that you're taking in. The fans, you guys create everything. The more that you're in tune with all this, the more that we're going to create more constructive and positive on things like this.
100%.
Galo's with Poli. I've linked up with my motherfucking boy Sherm. It's your boy DJ Sue. It's not about us. It's never been about us. It's been about us and the culture and how we leave it better than we found it. That's supporting each other, going harder for each other, and realizing that all this support, it's like voting. Who do you want to vote in? Who do you want to be the leaders of this shit? We're coming. We're not going anywhere, and we're coming in with love. We're coming in strong. Sherm in the booth. Hood Poli. It's Galo.
Let's go.
Reputation on Friday. Big weekend for everybody. The world is about to know, baby. And if you don't know, then you're about to know, baby. And it's all love, all homies, all music, all power, all passion, baby. It's for the culture. It's for us. And it's for us only.
I'm going to fucking jump in Lake Michigan right now. I'm so fucking
I literally just blacked out. That was insane.
It was impossible to be in a bad mood on tour because of that. Exactly.
The Church of Sue. He has spoken.
You're going to have a cult on your hands in a while.
You're going to have a cult on your hand, bro. Jesus.
Let's go, baby. Honestly. Galo, I'm so happy you hopped on with us. Yeah,
Yes,
Sherm,
man. Much love.
I can't believe that I haven't given you up. We haven't been able to hug each other yet, bro.
Well,
Virtual hugs.
Virtual hug. Here we
Oh.
go.
Guys, have
Let
a
me
good
manifest.
night.
Yeah, you too.
Let me manifest something for the future real quick.
yep.
We're all linked up. We're all linked up in 2 months' time. We're all
Yep.
starting to come back. We got the Hood Poli showcase going down. Sold out. All the homies are there. All the artists are there. Galo just gets off stage. I'm front row with the whole gang. Gets off stage. Cruises back into the green room. Sherm's got the mic. We hit interviews on the spot right there, and we're tuned in. Times Square right there.
I love it.
It's
Jesus.
gonna be a big year, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah. And no, it absolutely is.
Everybody tuning in. We love you. Thank you for
Love
tuning
you guys.
in. Keeping
Thanks for tuning in, Galo. You're the man, bro. Keep going. Don't stop.
Much you can.
You already
None
know.
to say.
Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Friday, today, fucking Galo better now, baby. Love.
Bring that shit.
Peace.